We're rooting for you, man, and to see you hit that bomb, like, how'd that feel? Like, it must have felt pretty damn good.
Hell yeah, that felt good.
Hey.
I'm telling you, though, it was, after a tough inning right there, they put together a couple good at-bats, come back and kind of cut that lead in half. I mean, that was kind of, I don't want to toot my own horn, but that was kind of a turning point in the game right there.
Damn right. Toot your horn, man.
We don't score, that game could go downhill south. Or quick, sorry.
Yeah, man.
Kids, I'm going to pump your tires up even more, and this is a true story. While you were taking that at bat, I was there on Saturday, and I was talking to Ted Simmons as you hit that. And I was telling him about what you've done with these bats. And he was like, oh, all right. That's all right. Bow. Then you're out of there. So I'm pumping your tires up. We're taking this content here. We're letting the people and the Hall of Famers know what's going on.
They need to know.
That's right. That's good stuff right there.
So, Kiz, tell us, before we get to last night, just about the series against the Braves. You guys, obviously, in the first game, it's lopsided. Atlanta wins, but the next two games, you guys are down. Big comeback victories against a team that's going to be in the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe it's a postseason preview. I mean, that was a big series win for you guys.
Huge series win. That's a really good team the Braves have. I mean, I put them right up there. If they're not the best team in baseball, then they're pretty close. I mean, they're just a solid lineup. And then for us to kind of take a little beating in that first game and then come out and fight to win 2 games in a row against that team, that was a pretty impressive series for our team, which is a good sign for us because we knew going into the series, look, Atlanta, this is going to be tough. This is playoff-type atmosphere, playoff-type games, and we got to battle. So that's exactly what we did, and we came through with the series win, so that was awesome.
So let's be honest. Now, I'll say it, even though you probably can't. But you go from a sold-out weekend against the Braves. Everybody's excited. You got nationally televised games, really, really good games on Saturday, Sunday. And then you go to Cincinnati, and it's listed as 11,000. I think it was probably half that. Let's be real. Reds not a good team. But every win and loss counts the same in the standings. So how, as a player, do you turn it up from packed Busch Stadium to nobody in Cincinnati, but still knowing that game counts just as much?
Yeah, it's. I'd be lying to say it's tough to do. It's tough to do. It is tough, but we're professionals. This is our job. Our job is to go out and play the game the same, no matter if we're playing the Yankees, the Braves, the Reds, or the high school team down the street. Our job is to go up there, perform, play our game, play Cardinal baseball, and that's exactly what we did yesterday. After a tough day at the field with rain delays and kind of starting and stopping, so for our team to come out and play as well as we did yesterday, that was a good sign because this is kind of one of those trap series. So we got an off day coming up in 2 days, so we just need to think about that as like a little mini finish line and just explode through it and take care of business in Cincinnati.
Well, it's like a yo-yo, right? You go from a huge series like that to out there in Cincinnati, and it is what it is. I think Charlie was really generous with that half of 11,000. It certainly didn't look like that on TV.
I'm from Ohio, so
okay.
Yeah,
well,
they don't know how to count.
I'm protecting my own.
But then you come back and you got the Cubs at home. I mean, you talk about it. I always feel like that's a trap series. Those guys always get ramped up to play against it, but you're back home, you're dealing with it there. I mean, this part of the season right now, this is the dog days, you're going through it, but at least you get the opportunity to have a series that's got, some fans at least tied into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's, this time of the year is, it's about winning games. And, we look in the standings, we do check, we see Milwaukee's winning or Milwaukee loses, so we're trying to extend that lead as best as we can. But we know that we control our own destiny. If we keep winning, then we're going to win the division. So that's kind of our motivation, is to just keep piling on those wins and keep moving forward.
So the other day I was looking up your numbers, and I found this very interesting. Now, we had talked about this with you. You mentioned that you had a really rough June. And I was looking at your BABIP numbers for your batting average on balls in play, and it was so low. I was just wondering, was that month, and we're going to talk about obviously how you've turned it around, but was that more bad luck than anything? Because your BABIP in the other months was in 300, close to 300, and your batting average was pretty similar in those other months. But then all of a sudden in June, it seemed like you just couldn't find any green whenever you're trying to hit the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a combination of multiple things, but I think there was some bad luck in there. You know, I hit a lot of balls hard right at people. And, you know, how does that affect you mentally? I think it affects you a lot. Then you start trying to do too much at the plate when you're not getting balls to fall in. Maybe you're trying to start to aim the ball rather than just go up and see the ball and hit it hard somewhere and hope that it falls in. It's hard to trust that it's going to fall in when they're not falling in. So it's you know, it could have been a combination of multiple things, but definitely some bad luck at the plate.
And then what do you think turned it around? I mean, since July, you've been really, really good. You talked about getting the bats, but then it took a while for you to use them. Is it confidence? Is it something that you tweaked mechanically? A little bit of everything?
The bats?
What do you think's happened the last couple months?
It could be the bats. I don't know. I think it is a combination of everything. I know that's kind of a lame answer, but it's just getting back to trusting myself as a hitter. And then once you get a little bit of success, then you get that confidence back that you know you can do it. You know you can hit. You know you can find a hole. And then you go up there, and then you're just not even thinking about anything other than seeing that ball coming in and swinging as hard as you can and trying to hit that thing somewhere hard into the field of play.
Hey, Kiz, Albert keeps doing it, man. Like, I'm telling you, dude, when it's all over and he's retired, like, you're going to cherish these moments. I mean, it's incredible.
It's unbelievable. I am hoping and praying every night that guy gets to 700 home runs.
No.
I think he can do it. I mean, he looks really good. His swing, I mean, it's looked good all year, but since the second half, I mean, that guy is just red hot. And he hits clutch homers. I mean, he's won a lot of games for us this year, and the addition of PUJOLS is, I mean, it's just being able to say that I played with arguably the best right-handed hitter of all time is just, it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable.
When you talk about guys that are getting up there down the road today, I don't know if you knew, today's Adam Wainwright's birthday. So that's a lot of cakes to toss.
27?
27. Yeah, that's a lot of candles to toss on the cake. What type of what type of trouble you give those guys as these days come around for them?
Let's say that one more time.
I say, what kind of trouble do you give these guys as these big birthdays come up for them, but they're still suiting up?
Oh, oh shoot. You know, it's funny. Those guys, I think they love it, though. They love when the young guys keep them young and joke around and have some fun with them with their age. But the thing is, the reason we can joke with them is because, you know, you look at Waino, Yachty, PUJOLS, those guys are top in their game.
Yeah, man.
They're still playing good. It's not like there's some old guys walking around with a cane or something like that. Those guys are playing good baseball. So that's the reason why we can mess with them, because, you know, they've been good for us all year and been good for the Cardinals for a long time.
Kiz, are you into fantasy football? Did you do any of the Wainwright charity league type stuff? Or I know you guys always have a league with the team. So are you guys doing that? Have you had your draft, and are you into it?
I am not a fantasy football player. I enjoy hearing all the guys fight and argue over trades and stuff like that. But
you enjoy that?
I do enjoy it because it's hilarious. You know, Wainwright's trying to you know, screw everybody out of trades, and, you know, he runs the league, so he's changing the rules and here and there and stuff. It's all funny stuff.
Well,
so I like not having a ton of money invested in that, and I like just, you know, watch. I like to watch how it plays out. But they're actually having the draft, I think, tonight after the game. So it'll be a big day of fantasy football chatter in the clubhouse.
You guys be careful with fantasy football and baseball this year.
Yeah,
Hasn't gone great
There's
for
a lot
everybody.
of money thrown around.
We're on a good vibe right now, it feels like, on the team. Let's not let a fantasy draft ruin it.
So I'm guessing, like, on the plane and stuff, you're not playing cards with the boys in the back or anything like that. You don't want to do that, because, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, they're going to get you.
Yeah, I don't know if I have enough money to play at the big boy poker table.
Oh yeah,
those guys, all the big dogs are playing there. But no, I do like watching those guys play a little poker. It's it's always fun and entertaining.
It is fun when you're not involved and somebody loses a bunch of money. When you know they have money and they get pissed,
Yep.
you're like, ah.
So hold on, the big boy table, is it?
Yeah.
We're talking Nolan, Goldie, Miles, Wayno. What are we talking here?
Miles, Wainwright, Paul DeYoung, and then after that, it's kind of like it's just a collection. You got Hicks likes to play, Tommy Edman, Dakota Hudson, and then there's guys moving in and out sometimes. Some guys play, sometimes they don't. So it's always fun to watch.
Okay, so this is without knowing anything, but you mentioned some Texas guys who love to gamble, like Texas
wearing
Hold'em.
them cowboy hats.
But I'm guessing that Mr. Stanford, Tommy Edman, comes in real quiet, real analytical.
Yes.
He knows every percentage. He's the math guy, and he cleans up. Am I close there?
He's definitely very calculated. I mean, it's you never know what you can get on that plane because who knows how good they're shuffling the cards and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's all fun and games, and it passes the time well.
All right, Kiz, man, we'll be watching. Go do your thing, hit another bomb, and we'll be rooting for you, big dog.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
See ya.
Andrew Knizner. Love it when he comes on.